first off, really quick, thank you to Shadowverse for sponsoring this video. If you don't know what Shadowverse is, it's an anime card game with an esports scene and a ton of anime waifus for all of you weeaboos I know that watch me, that you can go collect those waifus and you can go build yourself up in the esports world through this game. I'm going to be playing it on stream on Twitch this weekend, Saturday, that night, so, you know, head down to my stream, watch me play it. I'm going to learn it alongside you guys, so go into the description, go click that link there, bit.ly/supportwrenched, go click on that link and download the game. We could play together, potentially we could 1v1 each other, the esports showdown battle. So yeah, if you want to support me, the easiest way to do that is just to click that link and download the game. And you know what? You get to play Shadowverse completely for free, so you know, that's kind of a win at the end of the day. So, thank you.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wrenched. We're back. We're back in business. Now that January is over, it's been a month since my last video. There was a video with Costelix. So, we're gonna make a video now, not with Costelix. If you come out of this not improved, leave a comment below and I will help you improve right now.
Actually do it though.
We're just gonna hop right into it. We're gonna get into this training mode. Number 1. Stop using so many signatures. Brawlhalla players, especially in lower ranks, tend to use a lot of signatures. The only time you really need to use them is when your opponent's in a really bad spot where you can hit it, like a Lucian down signature here, or if they're in kill percent and you're looking for the kill, which even still, sometimes signatures might not even be the move. Sometimes that's predictable and you'll get punished. Light attacks are typically what you want to be using because they're the faster moves and they can set up. Sigs you can't really set up into anything else, you just kind of hit the signature. So you can get a lot more value out of these kind of setups. Signatures you just want to use as kill moves pretty much. That's pretty much what they are. Number 2. Pick a main character. A thing a lot of people do, or some people do, is they have a lot of characters that they kind of switch back and forth from. Typically, I would pick one main character or maybe even 2 characters. 2 is like the kind of max that you want to go, just because otherwise you're kind of spreading yourself a bit thin. You want to give yourself the chance to actually fully learn a character, and you can learn like what specifically is good for their signatures, what situations that this character can use a signature and that other characters can't. Like for example, this is an anti-air signature. If I was playing Ada, for example, I couldn't just do this like to punish an opponent who's up here. That's for something completely different. And that's just a very surface level kind of idea of knowing your character. But there's a lot more niche things to characters that a lot of people don't know that you can learn and take advantage of in your games. Also, the extra comfortability will actually put you over the top above other players. Typically, top players will pick one character and play that for a long amount of time because they get comfortable on that character. You want to be comfortable because then everything becomes automatic and you don't really have to think too hard about what you're trying to do. Then, the mind space that you're saving is kind of used for the actual important stuff of the game. So, yeah, pick a main character or 2 and then practice them. Practice them a bunch and you'll see a lot more growth than you would by playing like random, for example, or having like several mains that you're constantly switching up every single day. So yeah, be consistent. Number 3, learn the meta. What is the meta though? Meta in a game is typically whatever the most dominant strategies are, which in Brawlhalla, you can kind of say like the meta character picks or meta weapons. Right now, the meta weapons I would say are like Orb, Scythe, Guitars. Heavy weapons are really strong right now, especially in 2s, but they're also really meta in 1s. The 2s meta is a bit different than it is in 1s. In 2s it's typically just heavy weapons, and in 1s it's mostly like string weapons, or like sword is really good in 1s as well, that kind of stuff. I have a tier list video that I will link to in the description below. That's a pretty recent tier list. It still applies, I feel like, to this patch as well, even though it is a bit outdated a couple patches ago. I still think it's very reflective of the meta right now. So yeah, know what the meta is, and that doesn't mean that you have to pick a meta character as your main, by the way. You can definitely get really good at a uncommon character and absolutely wreck people with it. Knowing the meta is good to be able to expect what people are going to be doing in your games. That's just going to give you more knowledge, and it's going to help you be more consistent. So, you know, learn that meta. Learn that meta. Number 4, play to your current opponent. Don't keep habits that worked last game. And what I say by this is a lot of people do things where, in one of my coaching sessions, someone I won't name, they had a habit where every time out of Delight Dare on sword, they would always do Sare back like that. And that's obviously a habit that they adapted to when they played against someone who was not dodging, or specifically dodging like that way into that Sare. The reason that you don't want to keep these habits is because everybody plays differently. Something that may have worked against that one player may not work against the next player. That's typically why you want to have a couple options that are relatively safe. That's what knowing the meta will help you do. It'll help you pick what's usually good. And then you can kind of tailor your playstyle to your opponent. If you're being mindful and aware during your game, you can adapt and tailor your playstyle to your opponent. That's what you want to be doing. That is the most effective way to play this game. Obviously, at a lower level, the mind game kind of portion doesn't really matter. But it always helps to be able to adapt to your opponent. And I think, honestly, once you get good at it, it makes the game a lot more fun to play as well. 5. Don't be afraid to lose games. It's Brawlhalla, or any game actually. You should be losing games. There's no reason why you should only win games. People get to Diamond in Brawlhalla and just quit, and that's because they're either done with Diamond, or more commonly, they're just scared to lose that elo. Losing is okay, because it gives you a replay that you can look back on and kind of improve. You can be like, okay, how did he take advantage of some stuff that I was doing? How did he take the win right out from under me? How did I choke this game? How was I playing? How was I feeling? It's all stuff that you can kind of think of about that moment in particular, that replay. And that replay will help you improve. They're basically telling you what you need to change in order to beat them. You can think of it like that, and I think that will help people a lot. But yeah, losing is something that will happen. Losing is a thing that you should embrace, because without it, you're not going to get better. So by not playing ranked after you get Diamond, you're giving up the opportunity to maybe even reach 2100. Who knows? Go out and get that elo and, you know, lose a bunch. Okay, number 6. This one actually peeves me off super hard when people do this in ones against me. It's when they always try to take the game off stage, even when it's bad for them. Like, why are you so far down in the lead and still taking it off stage trying to get a gimp? You could just be trying to even it up by a gimp. But like, if you're losing the off stage, why are you taking it back down there? There's no reason to be doing that. Instead, play the edge. The edge right here is such an advantage, it's absolutely insane. They either recover high or recover here, or they have to fight you off or something, or just kind of mind game you here. You have all the potential here though. You're just sitting right here. You have all this stage that you could back up, but you're deciding to go and make it an even match that is like still losable for you. This is a lot less losable than this. So, you know, you don't have to take the off stage every time. Wait sometimes until you actually have like a hard read on them, and then you can capitalize on it. That's when you get those big plays off stage, is when you're not trying to take it every time, but you're realizing what they do when you kind of fake that situation. So typically I don't really go off stage. I kind of fake it and then I play the edge guard. That's what I've been doing lately, especially with sword. Now with guitars, maybe I'll go off stage, just because, you know, who's gonna contest this off stage, you know? Yeah. Number 7. Find a rival or a friend that you can play with. Now this is not absolutely crucial, but I think it makes the game a lot more pleasant, and also you'll probably improve at a much higher rate than someone who's not doing that. Something you might want to look into is the community like clans that are meant to help you get better. Stuff like Lacuna was really big. I don't know if they're still big. I'm pretty sure that they're still big. Lacuna's definitely a big one. They have their own Discord, that kind of stuff. Just clans that will get you into the community, so then you have plenty of people to play who are around your level. You want to be playing with someone around your level, or better than you by a little bit, like at a time. You don't want to be playing the best player in the world if you're like, you know, platinum, because at that point the stuff that they could show you by beating you is pretty much useless, because the knowledge difference is so vast that it doesn't really matter at that point. Get someone who's a little bit better than you and just practice with them. Play with them a ton. Be like, okay, why do they do the things that they do in the game? What are they trying to do against me? But yeah, that's something that you can do. Being able to bounce ideas off each other is really nice as well. And also the competitive aspect of having a rival that you kind of want to be up to expectations with is really nice. It's something that I had when I was first like getting good at the game, you know, Diamond 2100 Elo, and it's a pleasant experience. I would recommend it to everyone. Go find a rival. Go get a twos partner who you play with a bunch. You know, go join the community. Number 8. Watch not just high level, but tournament games. You can watch a lot of players who are like 2200, 2300 Elo, but the real stuff that's going on is happening in tournament games, which you can find on YouTube at the Brawlhalla YouTube or Twitch. The Winter Champs is this weekend, by the way, so you have the opportunity to watch live tournament gameplay of the most recent game right now, just this weekend. So that's always good. You can always start to understand why they do the things that they do, or even just kind of take the things that they do and just add it to your playstyle. For the most part, you'll be able to pick some stuff from their playstyle and add it to yours. And the good part is, there's a lot of different players who play a lot of different characters, so you shouldn't have trouble finding your main character. And if not, if you can't find your main character, go to a top player's stream and, you know, ask them to play a character. Maybe they will. I typically will play like a Nyx or something if someone asks, just for a little bit in my stream. So, you know, if you ever want to see that, come to my stream. That's a subtle plug. Twitch.tv/wrenched. Thank you. God bless. Number 9. Stop throwing your weapon when there's no reason to, and especially when there's no other weapon on the stage. There's so many players that I see who just throw their weapon constantly without even understanding why they're actually trying to weapon throw here. Like, the reason that you go for a weapon throw is to get a reaction out of your opponent. If you're not actually getting that reaction, like they're not dodging, then you either take the combo or you just stop weapon throwing. It's not worth it at that point. It's just an easy way to break neutral and potentially get like a dodge read or a jump punish, something like that. That puts you in the advantage when you usually shouldn't be, because weapon throws are a bit jank, but that's okay. Weapon throws definitely have their uses, but, you know, there's definitely a time when you don't want to be weapon throwing. So just to be safe, if you want to keep weapon throwing often, just wait until there's another weapon on stage. Or, you know, hone your unarmed gameplay, get better at that, and then it doesn't matter to the fullest extent. But number 10. Don't always attack the first opportunity that you're given. A lot of people, whenever they engage someone, like imagine I break this kind of space here, and I go like this. This is me engaging with my opponent. Every time they're in this kind of zone, they always go for it. When just like a little bit of extra movement like this could get them a better option. It's very predictable to be doing this, where you engage every single time you're given this opportunity. And it's something that a lot of people do that I've seen in my coaching sessions. Number 11, watch a replay. Replays are useful. Like here, I'll show you. I have a bunch of replays in here. They're just chilling in here. Look at all this knowledge right here. Look at all these games. These second places here. These are them telling us what we need to do better. So just by watching this replay, I can get a little bit better just by analyzing it. And the skills that it takes to analyze a replay, you can kind of learn. You can get better at. I would say, every time you do something wrong, write it down on a piece of paper, or like have a notepad, Google document open. Write it down every single time. Notice what comes up the most commonly, what habits you're doing. Maybe you like disrespected an option, maybe you dodged the wrong way, stuff like that. Watch your replays, note those all down, and then you have something to work on immediately. Then you can go into training mode or go into games and then start trying to work on that. Just having something that you're always constantly trying to work at is going to help you a lot. So you always know what you're trying to improve in Brawl. If you're just playing for hours and hours and hours a day without reflecting on your games, that's just mindlessly playing. That's not actually practice, in my opinion. Number 12. Don't jump all the time. Why do so many people just jump all the time, dude? I mean, we do have 3 jumps. We have a lot of options to move around the air. That doesn't mean we should abuse them, though. We should be grateful for these options. We should use them as recovery options. We should use them to float sometimes, but not all the time. Why are we always jumping when we're scared? Especially right here. When you're on the edge like this and your opponent pushes you, you just jump. So many people jump. It's so safe. It's so easy. But it also is so easy to punish once it's a noticeable habit, which a lot of people have. Jumping immediately gives up all your stage control, if only for a moment, because like this Yumiko here, for example, could just dash spot dodge under me, and then she's taken my stage control now. Or if she has like a bow or something, all she needs to do is dash and light, and I've been hit now. I've just lost an interaction that I didn't even really try to get into. I just jumped, you know? Which, jumping can be useful, floating can be useful sometimes, but that's only in situations when you're trying to beta spot dodge or something, or like really trying to get to land without being punished, and you really need to get your options back. Those are the couple situations where I think it's okay. But just jumping for no reason is typically pretty bad, because the amount of flexibility that you have on the ground is really, really solid. And I'm just going to add to this now that I think about it. It wasn't in the script to say this. A lot of people dash everywhere. Why are you dashing everywhere? This is so much extra movement that you don't always need. Walking is just as good sometimes. It's just as good because you have this micro here. You can kind of space really, really precisely. This, you're set to go a set distance. You're in this animation, so you can't do anything while you're in it. Right now, I could do any attack right now and move forward at the same time. So, you know, it's really flexible. It gives you the opportunity to do whatever at any moment. Plus, if you're dash dancing like this, you can dash away, you can dash forward, you know, you can kind of just dash dance, it's whatever. This movement on the ground is going to be really good. And adding a dash spot dodge to your playstyle, and then like empty jumps like this, these are tools that are going to help you play the ground game better, and you'll tend to not jump as much once you get to learn these, and because your ground game is going to be so much better. Number 13, and the final tip, is to use training mode. I want to talk to you guys about something new that I want to try with this channel, which is going to be a new series. Basically, my idea for this is I'm going to have someone send me a replay, and then I just kind of analyze it, and then I go over a main topic that the player is struggling with, and it becomes a video that can help everybody who watches me on that topic. Whatever it is about Brawlhalla, you know, just send me that replay. I'll show you guys where to send me that replay and how to send a replay in just a moment. Alright, so here is how you go to your replays. Your replays are right up here. You just click on this folder, and then here's all your replays as the file. You have to find the matching one, so as Mammoth Fortress 16, if I wanted to get this one, Mammoth Fortress 16 right there. So you would take this and you would drag it into either Discord or, in this case, Gmail, which, or not Gmail, but any email. The email that you want to send this replay to, along with a little bit about yourself and about anything, like any questions that you would have, or any like things in particular that you want me to pick out in the replay. Just let me know in that email. Tell me a bit about yourself, and you could be in the next video potentially. So yeah, the email is wrenchdreplay@gmail.com. It's gonna be on the video as well and in the description, so you can just really easily send me one of those. So I'll pick someone out of that, and we'll have that for the next video. So yeah, thank you guys a lot for watching. I know it's been a month. We're back, we're chilling. So thank you for bearing with me. I stream on twitch.tv/wrenched. I love you. Thank you.